What are you doing in my swamp?
Hello everybody, this is Ogre Boy, and I'm going to be doing my ranking for the Carrie franchise. There are 4 movies in this franchise: the original, its sequel, and 2 remakes of the original. I've recently reviewed all 4 of those movies on here and everything, so if you want to hear more of my thoughts on them, you can check out my reviews. But I'm going to go ahead and get started. Number 4 is The Rage, Carrie 2. This movie came out 23 years after the original movie, and to me it just had no reason at all to exist. It's just a cash grab sequel with really unlikable characters. Most of the characters in this movie, aside from the main character Rachel, are really not very likable. And her boyfriend was was kind of likable too, played by Jason London. I thought he was okay, but like the characters just aren't memorable or likable. Sue Snell is shoehorned in here just to remind the audience every little bit that the movie is supposed to be a sequel to Carrie, but it doesn't really have a lot to do with the original movie except for having Sue Snell and little clips from the first Carrie movie just to remind you how much better of a movie that was, and it's a sequel. But really and truly, I just didn't really care for The Rage, Carrie 2, so it's number 4. And number 3 is Carrie from 2013. I've been doing a lot of thinking on which one I liked more out of the 2 remakes and everything. I think that gotta go with this one being number 3, because even though I did enjoy this movie, personally I think it's a better made movie than the 2002 version. I just feel like this was pretty much just a retread of the original movie. They didn't do a whole lot different except for the little stuff at the end airing the prom, them showing the video and stuff to make it feel more modern, which personally I thought that was a really smart move, because that's actually something that would happen nowadays and stuff. But I personally just feel this movie was alright. It doesn't, just like with both with the other remake and the sequel, really and truly, this movie doesn't really have a reason to exist. It's not a terrible movie, but it's just not one of my most favorites either. And after doing a lot of consideration and stuff, I'd have to say this is my second least favorite of the franchise. So Carrie 2013 is number 3, and number 2 is Carrie from 2002, the TV movie. Once again, I don't think this movie has reason to exist and everything, but this movie did do something that I wish the 2013 one would have done, and it kept some of the stuff that was in the book that wasn't in the original version. So I did like that and everything, and I liked that it did try to do a little bit of stuff different with the story, like making her live at the end and stuff, even though it was set up for a show that never happened. I still enjoyed some of that. The acting and stuff in here is, some of it's really good, some of it's not. And that's the one thing that the 2013 version did have that was better to me, was the acting was a lot better in the 2013 version. But all in all, I think the story and stuff of this one was just a little bit better. But once again, like I've said with the other 2, this movie doesn't really have a good reason to exist, and I feel like it's a cash grab as well. But it's a decent cash grab. Same with it. I think the 2013 is a decent one too, but they're just not movies that I absolutely love and everything. So, but 2002 is number 2 on my ranking, and number 1 is, easily, without a doubt, probably not a surprise to anybody, but my number 1 is the original version of Carrie from 1976. It's just a great movie, one of my favorite horror movies of all time, one of my favorite Stephen King movies. In fact, it is my favorite Stephen King horror movie. And just a really, really great movie. It had a wonderful cast, especially Sissy Spacek as Carrie. She just fit the role perfectly, and I think she's easily the best person to play Carrie out of these movies. And Piper Laurie is the best as Margaret White. I think she does a really good job too. And Brian De Palma's directing, the score, the editing, everything about this movie is just so amazing. It's one of the greatest horror movies of all time, and it still holds up really, really well. It doesn't really feel dated and stuff. The only thing that really feels dated is maybe like the design of the prom and stuff. Maybe you could tell that it was like set in the 70s, and some of the hair styles and stuff, but really and truly it doesn't really run the movie for me and everything. This is one of the greatest horror movies of all time, and it definitely is my number one out of the Carrie franchise. So let me know in the comments how you would rank the Carrie franchises. If you don't want to do that, you could just tell me your favorite and least favorite, or your favorite version of Carrie besides the original, or whatever if you want. But anyway, I hope you enjoyed this video, and have a good day everybody, and fuck Amber Heard.